pleasant what is it? Saturday afternoon. Glad you could join me here. You can hear in the background the gentle hum of the Kodiak Forest. And we are flying what we fly back in. Hang on. Oh, we got the. Alright, so this is a configuration screen because I have a new headset that I'm trying to figure out. It's the Man of War. I think it's called Razer Man of War. I have no idea what I sound like. It sounds way better in my ears, but who knows? I don't know if you hear every single thing. Breathing and all that fun stuff. Different microphone setup, so Downwind Sim, thanks for checking in. You'll have to let me know how it sounds on the stream, but where the balance is. But mic is too low. All right, so let's do this. I've got two ways to adjust that. You go here, test 1 2 1 2. Did that do anything? The plane is too loud. All right, let's back that down. No, that didn't do anything. All right, so I've got the. Let me. Spin this around here. That should maybe do something. Did that do anything to the microphone level? Yeah, shoot. It's going to take a little bit of time here. So I'm backing off again. The airplane sounds better. Okay, good deal. I could just do like risky business and just push everything all the way over to the right hand side, I guess. I wanted to get some air traffic as well, but again, it's it's a fine line, right? You want to get that microphone turned up, but you don't want it so loud that you're, like I say, hearing every little thing when you're breathing or if I'm taking a sip of tea. All right, mic is good now. Okay, cool. Well, let's see. I do also have the old black screen of frustration going again, even though I thought I had that fixed last time. But let's see if I'm able to show what in the world. Yeah, so okay, apparently I am. There we go. That's better. Do I have the default BOI? Well, I did have it, yes, but what? No, actually what I had loaded up when we were messing around was that was the upgraded version, whatever it was that we had set up last time. Downwind Sim and I we currently are beta testing no fewer than I think 19 consecutive things right now, and that's one of them is a shared cockpit add-on. And we managed to break it twice already, so yeah. But here's what I'm going to do. This is what I had intended on doing on Thursday, and I really am bummed that I missed Tower Thursday. And of course now there's zero air traffic control out here on the west coast, but that's okay. I'm going to fly from Salinas. We're going to just do a little VFR route down here to, I don't even know what this is, Clark. It's a little private airstrip. And then down here to Sanardo. And then we're going to see if we can't pick our way back through here. There's a Los Padres Dam. And then finish at Monterey. I have no idea how close we're going to be. I really don't know if these reference points are going to help me or not. But yeah, doggone it. It does that blackout thing again, and that's driving me up the wall. Just when you think you have it figured out, you don't, right? Okay, we're jumping back over here. We're going to try this setting. Yeah, and so that's the one thing I haven't tested. I do have the ortho all, I believe, configured, and it looks good at the airports, but you know, until you jump right in and actually you know, mess around with it a little bit, it's hard telling. Yeah, shoot. Well, so I apologize, but I'm going to have that little black screen of frustration every time I click off the screen. Yeah, back to the drawing board, I guess. All right, well, let's go ahead. We'll get started, and man, I tell you what, the the sounds. It These are some good over the ear. I've never really had those for gaming. The over the ear headphones. I may have still chocks and everything set. Oh, geez, Louise, I've had everything, including engine covers, and oh man, yeah, I just literally fired up this thing, and so it's, yeah, Lord only knows what's going to happen. What's my windsock telling me here? Looks like a departure to the, what would that be? Departure to the south might be appropriate. So, boy, I don't even know what my runway numbers are here. What do we have? It's Salinas Municipal, runway 31 and runway 13, as well as runway 8 and 26. And it kind of looks to me like anything where I can be taken off to the south is going to be preferable. I don't have any, no reason to mess around with this a whole lot, other than I am going to set my heading to 125, just because that's the general departure heading. It'll get me headed towards Clark Private. I'm going to attempt to follow railroad tracks for most of the way to Clark. It's just a 23 nautical mile leg, and hopefully that'll get me close enough to where I will be able to pick that up and check it out. I haven't done any work with any of the airfields here, so we're just going to kind of take what they give us. And alright, so this takes me to runway 8. So I don't really want a departure to the east per se. Oh boy. Well, we're just gonna roll with it. Again, this is less about the flight and more about just putting something out on, putting it on wax, as they would say, so that I can listen and critique the volume levels and all that good stuff as well. So, and this won't put me, this will be fairly close to being on course, so I better make sure I have all my lights and stuff on. Strobe on, nav on, taxi, well, I don't need taxi anymore. Landing lights could come on. Yeah, I'll just toss the pitot heats on. I think it's pretty nice out right now, but you know, I don't know. I truly don't know. It looks nice and clear. The EQ on this mic is a bit more muddy than the old one. Okay, well, I have it quite a ways away from my mouth right now, so that might be part of it. Let me get going here, and then we'll... Holy Moses, yep. This was not a good runway to choose, I guess. Alright, let's just get flying. So let's see. Move this in a little bit tighter. I don't know if that's any better or not. I actually don't know. I don't have really anything to adjust the EQ The other issue I have is I really don't know what EQ means. So, but apparently this one's a little muddier. Sources tell me this is a little muddier. If I only knew a guy in the business that could help me with that. So let's see, we're trying to pick up railroad tracks, and the railroad tracks pretty well run just to the west, so we should be able to see them. I don't know, I think maybe those are they right there. Did that help if I moved it a little closer to the mouth hole opening where the vocal things come out? Did that help? Where's Rob with the dulcet tones when you need him? The dulcet baritone when you need him. I'm thinking this might be the railroad track. Let me get my timer going here. Oh boy. Alright, I think we can pull the power back ever so slightly because we are really cooking here. A bit better, still muddy in comparison. Don't worry, it's all good. Alright, well I'll keep messing with it, and I'm sure that in Streamlabs there are some ways to adjust this and that and the other thing. I think about, oh, I didn't even set my didn't set my altimeter. I did not do really anything correct. Oh, how about that? 2992 is what we should have. I don't know what it's set at. Not that. So let's do this. Let's just click that guy. Can we? Nope. 2992. I'm thinking we'll be in that, yeah, 1500 range. Ought to be pretty good. That way we can keep a good eye on the railroad track, and we can also, you know, get a sense for if there's an airfield coming up here. So 23 nautical miles, and again, we're really rolling here, so it's going to come up on us pretty quick here. Not that you can see because, ooh, that's true. Well, yeah, I don't want to come up there though until you have that all the way done. I'm pretty excited to see what you end up doing with that runway. The texturing on that runway is going to be pretty darn amazing. But I do appreciate that. But anyway, 23 nautical miles at, you know, 150, that's going to be only about 10 minutes or so. And I do feel pretty good that we've picked up the railroad tracks, and we are making good progress. And it's loud when you get in the outside of this thing, isn't it? Holy cow. Look at that bird. That's way cool. Yep, that's Emerson tracks there, and they split off a little bit, which is what the sectional chart says, and that indicates to me that we're actually getting pretty close to the airfield. We're only about 3 minutes in. Sectional now. Yes, I did say sectional. I am trying to pilot it as much as I can, even though I know I've got this thing right here that would help me out a ton, but where's the fun in that, right? So, yeah, well, I guess that didn't really break off to the east. At some point in time, this railroad track makes a pretty big loop to the east, and that's where it well, I'll show you, since we're going black screen of frustration anyway. So right here, is what I'm talking about. At some point it really kind of loops out here and stays out here for quite a while, and there's our first airfield is right there. So when that starts to veer off, I don't know what that would be, but just a little bit more to the east, we're going to stay on track. I could probably, if I had to, I could probably use the Big Sur VOR and kind of tune that in. That looks like it'd be somewhere in that 040 maybe ish range, but not quite that lost just yet. And that's not saying here in the next 5 miles I won't get that lost, but so one thing that's weird, I don't know if I like it or not, is I hear myself in my earphones, and I haven't had that ever before. My old headset didn't do that. It played the environment sounds, and that was it. So I don't know if I like that or not. It's definitely different. All right, looks like it maybe is kind of starting its trek a little bit to the east. A Streamlabs auto routing issue. Yeah, could be. And maybe what I'll do at the end here, because this isn't going to take us too long, it's about an hour I think total round trip, is maybe I'll just pull the settings up. Well, I can't really do that because then you get that picture of a picture of a picture deal going on. It kind of gives me vertigo. I've got a nice windmill going down there. That is a plug-in that I had recommended to me by Mr. Downwind Sim. And yeah, they pop up all over the place now, and they look pretty darn cool. Yep, right in the right spot. Doing its job, doing its thing. That's cool. Yeah, okay, Downwind. I'll take you up on that. Running the paving machine, about to get the paintbrush out. So, if you don't know, if you watch this later on and you don't know who Downwind Sim is, he's kind of like a Mr. Fix-It guy. He can do just about everything in the sim. He's the mad scientist of X-Plane, and he's currently revamping a scenery out here in California. Well, maybe that's not quite the veer off that I thought it was going to be. And maybe that's not maybe that's just a highway. There is also a double laned highway. So it's possible that that railroad track could be running over there to our left. We have the Pinnacles National Park is over here somewhere. So this could actually be, we could still be on track. There is a town called Greenfield that is just past Clark. So if we hit a small town, that means we went too far, and maybe at that point, I'll tune the VOR, and if I don't have any luck finding this Clark private. To Bravo Mike, hey, thanks for checking in. I appreciate the kind words. I can't tell you if this is much improved, because this is the first Kodiak I've flown, but from everyone that I know that has experience with this plane, they really addressed every issue that it had, and I've had zero problems as far as any kind of weird things happening. And I've even pushed it into a few failures that at the time I wasn't too pleased that it happened, when I went back and kind of debriefed, I'm like, all right, that's actually pretty realistic. One of them is that it's a blackout uh, from hypoxia if you fly above, I don't know, whatever it is, 13,000 feet or something, and then I've also a few times just basically filled the cockpit with smoke because I over torqued the engine. So I'm really happy with it. It's a little fancier than I'm used to, but it fits right into what I like to do because it'll take you deep into the bush and bring you back home safe. Pretty versatile airplane, and I'm just scratching the surface on it. So that's what I can tell you too, Bravo Mike. It was a purchase I made. Oh geez, just here not too long ago. I think kind of Black Friday-ish, and I've been very happy with it. Okay, we are 10 minutes out, and I'm thinking we should start to see something here in the not too distant future as far as Clark Private Airport goes. I'm going to try to not crash into this windmill as well. Again, I'm not using the G1000 at all. I have used it. It's a very good G1000. It's as they all are. They all have their own little idiosyncrasies. You know, the Carenado and the Flight 1 and now this one. They all have a few things they do differently, but I do like this one. I have no idea, by the way, if it's how updated the AirAC is. I haven't really shot a lot of stars, and so it could be up to date, it could be way old, I don't know, but that might be, to Bravo Mike, that might be the one question that I would be worth asking somebody who is more familiar with this plane, but that really utilizes that G1000, because that's just something I generally don't do. I believe I see an airfield ahead, boys. All right, let's get down to flaps range, and let's just I think we'll do a little touch and go. Yeah, and Mike, the difference really for me was when my friend Downwind Sim, who's the other guy that you see chatting here, he introduced me to ortho for XP. Well, actually, he introduced me to X-Plane to begin with, and once he taught me how to do ortho scenery, it was just exactly what I needed, because this is the type of flying I love to do. And as good as the Orbix stuff in P3D, that was definitely a step in the right direction, but that has nothing really on ortho scenery. So that's been the game changer for me. And shoot, I don't know, it's almost ruined me. Now I go back and I still enjoy flying P3D, but when I go back and fly some of my old favorite sceneries, it's like I look at the stuff and I'm like, oh man, this stuff looks terrible. And it's the really super good Orbix add-on stuff. So I'm getting a little bit spoiled here. All right, I don't know if this is Clark or not, but this looks like a good place to do a touch and go. And let's see how we do here. Ooh, a little bit abrupt. Oh boy, a little bit of a bouncer. Yeesh. All right. Boy, it's windy here. I'm getting blown all over the place. Yep, crosswind there. I can see the windsock. All right, we got to do Got to do another airfield because I think we can do better than that. I just did almost everything wrong that you could do there. I bounced it, and I slid. I must have been a little fast. I didn't really check. Downwind Sim is normally the guy that checks my speed for me, so I blame him. It's not my fault. But yeah, I love doing this kind of stuff. The farther up in the mountains that you can get me, the better, the happier I am. We do if you follow along, we once a month we do a bush flight, first Monday of every month, and we Downwind actually hosted it. You should go check his Twitch out because he does some cool stuff with the Oculus. And but anyway, he hosted the first one we did back in, I guess, November, and he had built some scenery up in Idaho, and so we flew around into some pretty awesome country, and then I hosted the next one in December, and I actually just we had downloaded some stuff from a guy named IP Nils, and it was up in British Columbia. And again, same type of thing. It was, all the turf and gravel runways and things like that. So that was a lot of fun. And then we have one coming up here in, just a week or so, in the Washington State area. And one of our friends, Coffee Bassy, is going to be hosting that. So if that's the kind of thing you like, Mike, just like I say, follow along, and it's a fun time. We've had, oh gosh, I would say probably 12 to 15 pilots for each of the events, which is just about right, honestly. Trying to cram all those Cessna 152s or 172s and Piper Cubs and stuff on those little bush strips. It's kind of interesting, but it's a fun group, and we'd love to have you along. Mike says the secret pleasure is literally draw lines on the map, fiddle with the protractor, and then log with just navigate with the log and stopwatch. Yeah. I mean, what a great way to see all kinds of amazing country. All right, so I'm hoping that the railway comes back into play here, and because we're following that down to San Ardos. One of these has got to be a railway, doesn't it? Can't all be highways. Roughly looking at a 121 heading, so I don't know how close we are. I think that was about what we had dialed in to begin with, wasn't it? Maybe not. Let's just spin that in for reference. We will be passing looks like a fairly good size kind of municipal Mesa del Rey in King City. That's an airport that's about halfway between Clark and San Andros, so that'll be a good sort of check for us. Yeah, I don't know if that's, that looks like highway there. I can see kind of the center stripe. I'm not sure where the railroad went. And I appreciate the follow, by the way, to Bravo Mike. Welcome to Prop Culture. It's good to have another propeller head. And please, if you know what you're doing in the Kodiak, disregard the torque and the RPMs. They're not even close to where they're supposed to be. I think the torque is supposed to be somewhere up around, like 1600. The RPM is about 18 to 1900. I have not worried about that, so I could fill the cockpit up with smoke again on this deal. I'll try to get that. I'll try to get those power settings adjusted here. That's getting a little bit closer. Don't want to get, there's no need to get too carried away. I guess there we go. No need to get too close to the red line there. I think that's pretty good. NG at 97. You can actually, what's weird to me is going over 100% NG, which I know is kind of common for these turbine driven aircraft, but it still feels weird to me to do that. It feels like I'm going past 100%, and that can't be good, but that's the way these things are designed to run. So, you know, just got to get used to it. Only about my, geez, about my 6th or 7th flight. I mean, I don't even think I have 10 hours in this thing just yet. Maybe I do. Somewhere down here there's an hour counter. Flight, there we go. 11.4 hours. So yeah, I'm in double digits. But I've enjoyed every minute. I am falling right, of course. I have a bad feeling. So this waterway here is not really rendered on the sectional. I wonder what the deal is. That's a pretty significant little river there, it looks like to me. It'd be nice to follow that guy. Trying to see. Oh, I guess it kind of is. Now, what is that? I do see it runs by, kind of runs close to King City, and it runs along the railroad, so the railroad should be on this side. So maybe that little thin gray line there is our railroad. I'm definitely off as far as what I thought the course was going to be. 121. We could, if I needed to, like I said, we could tune in Big Sur. We could just get a sense for where we're at, but I don't think I'm going to worry too much about that. Looks to me like if I stay on the river, I'm going to run right by that King City municipal or regional airport. I don't know. So we're just going to track it for a while. We're 6 minutes out. This was a leg, a 28 nautical mile leg. So again, once we get somewhere in that 12, 13 minute mark, we should be getting fairly close. And this is kind of pretty, even if we don't find the airport. I think it's kind of a neat little valley here. So let's just follow this. Let's see if we zip by. We may already be by King City. Pull this over here to show you what I'm looking at. Again, apologize for the OBS glitch that's happening right now, but I think I have this little guy right here is what we're following, and it should zip us right around. At some point in time, we should see that King City airport here pretty soon, I would think, because that's about, like I say, halfway. And we're already past 8 minutes. But then here's the unknown, is that it goes kind of right here, and then it sort of like, I don't know if it just disappears into a hole in the ground or what, but if we track this, it's going to get us in that neighborhood of the San Ardro. I guess we also have, oh, maybe this is no longer functional. Is that what that means? If it's X'd out like that, it's not currently working? Weird. But anyway, so we'll just keep following this because I think it's gonna, even if it does end right here, you know, we should be within 4 or 5 miles, maybe even closer to this little private airport. Still looking for that King City. All right. It's taking a turn, but it looks like it reappears over there. Just stay right on it. 110.0. I'm just curious. If I tune that in, I wonder what happens here. I'm thinking if it's grayed out like that, it means that it's no longer operational. Oh no, it's popping in, so interesting. Well, if we use that, I would say about a 235 outbound radio would get us right there to San Ardro. So what if how about I tune that in here? 235. Let's see. Don't adjust the barrel, let's adjust the course. 235. Okay, so we'll just keep. Well, this is actually saying we went past it. Is that possible? Been going for 10 minutes. Yeah, 160 miles an hour. I guess it is possible that we maybe have went past it. I don't know. We'll keep going for a little while here. We have plenty of fuel. And if we have to, we'll just head back kind of north. Really, if the backup plan here. Okay, there we go. I think this could be possible. Yeah, that might have been it, guys. Like I said, I haven't been here, so what am I seeing here? Runway 2 looks like 32. All right, I'm just going to click on San Ardro here on the other screen. Sorry about this. San Ardro looks like runway, yep, 32 and 1/4. So that was our boy. So here's what we're going to do. I do want to do a little touch and go down there. So we did go by it. I'm gonna say we're on the left downwind for runway 32, and I have checked in one time, and there could be people in the area, so let's do that. San Ardro traffic, Kodiak 11816 on the left downwind, runway 32, San Ardro. We'll just kind of extend it a little bit here. We'll get our speed under control. We have got to make up for the last one because that was just not good. Might have to be full stop here. I don't know if that runway is long enough. As bad as I tend to drift it, float it. I don't know if it's long enough for me here. Alright, first notch coming in. San Ardro traffic, Kodiak 816, left base runway 32, San Ardro. Make the uncoordinated turn. That's pretty close, maybe a little bit too far. Where are we? We're back up here somewhere. It's on this side of the water. San Ardro traffic, Kodiak 816 on final runway 32. Yeah, getting a little slow. That's that stall horn. A little bit too slow there. How about 90? I think that would be a little bit more preferable here. All right, well, let's see. Now that I think about it, I think the runway may have been on the right-hand side of this little waterway. Excuse me. All right, I think I maybe see it. Toss another notch of flaps in here. Is this it right here? Oh man. Oh. No, that's not it. That's just a tall tree or something. Oh, there it is. I see it to my right. Oh, terrible time to get the hacking yaks. All right, so I'm a little off here, aren't I? Imagine that, me not flying a tight pattern. Too low, maybe a little too slow. All right, let's see what happens here. San Ardra traffic, Kodiak 816, short final, runway 32, San Ardra. Just power a little bit. Actually, it says I'm a little high here. Yeah, maybe so. I'm going to have to do full stop. This looks like a fairly short runway. Especially with me being a little too high, I'm going to need to... Ooh, got a wicked crosswind. Oh, Moses. And I'm super fast also. Yeesh. Can we get it corrected with the wind here? Oh boy. Alright, not the prettiest, but I wonder what that crosswind component... I mean, look at this flag down here, it's not even moving. It almost feels like we, according to this flag, we did a tailwind landing. Alright, well that's okay, we'll just take off from this this end right here. Got those variable winds, I guess, I don't know. That one, didn't it look like it was really... on the other end, it looked like it was really blowing across, kind of from my right to left. Maybe it was just me. All right, let's just get catch our breath here. Got one notch of flaps. Let's get everything trimmed out here. I have a hard time seeing where my trim wheel here. Where's the I don't know where the 0 trim mark is. Did I go too far? Huh. Yeah, we'll just leave it roughly where it is. And we are now gonna make our way back toward the coast. The plan here is to depart roughly to the west, a little bit northwest, I guess. And we're going to skirt this mountain range here. And I think there looks like there's a little bit of a road that we might be able to follow. We're looking for the Los Padres Dam, and if we can find Los Padres, we'll go 313 into Monterey, and that will kind of call it a day for us here. So this is a little bit longer leg. Let's get timer ready to go, but we'll make a right traffic departure. We'll pick up those mountains. We'll stay on this side of them, looking for the road there by Sycamore Flat. Maybe we'll pick up that ranch that's out there also. And Worst comes to worst, I was just about to tell you, if worst comes to worst, we'll go find the coast and we'll fly up the coast. Monterey is basically something you can't miss if you're flying up the coast here. So, all right, here we go. Where are we at again? San Arjo traffic, Kodiak 816 departing runway 8. We'll make right traffic, VFR departure, San Arjo. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, how much will we skid? That's the question. Little bit. There's the rotation speed. That was better. That was a little better. Still not happy about the little slide, but that was better. Bring that flap up, and let's make our turn. 286 is roughly what Sky Vector is telling us we need. Come around. Interesting country here. Kind of that high desert. Well, I guess not really that high. Pretty dry, pretty arid. 280, what did I say? 286, 285, right in there. Whoops, I went to about 290, didn't I? Yeah. Now, the main thing is to just keep these hills to our west. And if we can do that, trying to pick up, maybe see a ranch, and then maybe we hopefully we'll pick up a road that essentially runs our same direction of flight. And I don't know if it takes us necessarily through like a low spot in the mountains or not, but it'll at least get us going in the right direction. So I'm gonna spin this heading bug around. We were thinking I'm getting a little bit too far to the north here. Thinking 286. Just set that again, just kind of for a reference. It's not an absolute. Keeping those hills off to the west. Haven't blown up the Kodiak yet. Not necessarily seeing any ranches here. Whoops, need to start my timer. This leg to the dam is approximately 43 nautical miles. The ranch is, I would say, roughly halfway between where we are and where we're going. Yeah, it looks like maybe I need to just crest the top of this little hill. Yeah, because right now that's about my bearing. Well, I tell you what, things sound great with the new headset. Hopefully they sound halfway decent on the stream's end as well. Speaking of streaming, it's going to be a little bit hit or miss for me really into January. We are on Christmas break, which is cool, and I've got family that's going to be able to spend quite a bit of the holiday with us, which is even better. And so, you know, we're gonna be doing family stuff. If I have a chance though, because you never know, we like to leave it kind of loose. I don't want to plan my entire vacation down to the minute. That defeats the point. But if I have a little bit of a chance, I'm definitely going to sneak down and do some flights. For sure, be watching you guys with what your adventures are as we close out 2019. It's been a good year, flight sim wise. Again, I was essentially shoved out of the nest by a couple of guys, Downwind Sim being one of them, and another guy named Al South MIA, who, well, let's just be honest, they bullied me. They continually harassed and bullied me until I took the plunge and jumped into X-Plane, and yeah, just haven't regretted it. Haven't looked back. I still fly both. I still fly P3D, probably a little more than X-Plane right now, just because I'm still building up kind of my add-ons and things like that. But it's been a really good switch, and it's definitely becoming, I would say, the platform of choice for me, the sim of choice. And I can definitely see the more, especially the more ortho scenery and the more scenery I help create myself, the more bush strips, you know, the more that I'm going to be spending time flying, you know, in this area, or in the X-Plane world, I should say. But I still have quite a bit of stuff in P3D that I love. I've got a year's worth of add-ons, you know, sceneries and airplanes. Especially, I have some vintage jetliners that I just absolutely, well, we have a love-hate relationship, I guess, let's be honest. I love to fly them. They hate the way I fly them, and so it generally ends up being pretty entertaining. The last time I was flying a historic route in the TWA L1011. I was flying from LA to Boston, and this is case in point. The flight went beautifully all the way up to the very end, and then I ended up low visibility and I ended up crashing. So that's kind of the relationship. Uh-oh. Downwind Sim misses downwind. Needed some help in the kitchen. Yeah, Black Fox would be proud. Mrs. Fox, Blue Fox, would be even prouder. Baked spaghetti, grandma's goulash. Yeah, I got to figure out what I'm doing. I've got a crew full of Okies that are going to be here in about another 2 hours, and so I think we're gonna do a little biscuits and gravy or something like that. So that'll be my plan after I head into Monterey. Yeah, you are a Renaissance man, Downwind Sim. There's nothing you can't do. Baked spaghetti, that sounds like a good meal choice. It's kind of funny. You get, I don't know if you're the same as me, but you get into kind of like a little bit of a rut when it comes to meals. But when it's just you and your wife, it's like it's not a big deal. It's like, oh, Tuesday, soup night. Okay, no big deal, whatever. But it's funny when you have family come over, you almost feel like ashamed if you're, you're doing macaroni and cheese or frozen pizza or something like that. I don't know why. Do you feel like that? I don't know if it's just me. I almost feel guilty when I don't have a real nice meal. It's like these people drove all this way, and I'm gonna be serving a manwich. But it's also kind of tough because when you go from having 3 or 4 people to having 8 people, it's it's like the cafeteria. You're feeding a lot of hungry mouths, and so you want to pick. You can't exactly pick some of those dishes that you can't mass produce very well. So yeah, and we do. That's one thing that my wife and my mom really do a good job of, is they make sure that we have the good china out. Holiday times, you know, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, we for sure have all that good china out. I think this could be the road that is leading us towards the Los Padres Dam. I'm going to have to make a choice here because I've got a higher peak, and it's a 5,000 foot peak, I think, and I'm right now at 3,300. So I either have to climb up and over, or maybe go left or right. I think we're going to skirt to the left of it here, to the west. And again, if I'm going to err, I'm going to err on the side of the coast, because if I get completely turned around, I can always find the ocean. Well, you would hope. And once I find the ocean, we'll head north along the coast. I have a pretty good shot at finding Monterey. Yeah, it looks like this will be a good little valley to cut through. This is a pretty awesome part of the country. I tell you what, the terrain, when you think about it, I mean, you go from ocean to mountains to desert to, I mean, it really has a variety of places. I look forward to doing some scenery work out here, because there's some really cool little private turf strips nestled right into some of these little valleys. It looks like an awesome place. Yep, no idea what that mountain peak is, but it is 5,045 foot in elevation. And also no idea if this is the dirt road we're supposed to be following, but hopefully it'll lead us to the Los Padres Dam. And Mr. Al South, MIA. Your ears must have been burning, man. I was talking about you. Welcome to the stream. I was talking about how you and Downwind Sim cyberbullied me into finally relenting and getting X-Plane. Which was a good thing, by the way. Al South is an aficionado of the Kodiak as well. I know he's been flying it. And did you, Al South, were you able to get on and do the GA Wings event last night? I was kind of popping in and out of Slant Alpha stream, and I thought I saw your name in there, but I didn't know if you had had a chance to fly or not. We are excited about X-Plane and Ortho, which I think you know quite a bit about both, so it's good to know people, because that sped up the learning curve. I mean, what you guys have taught me in the last 2 months, I don't even know how long it would have taken me to figure out on my own. But yeah, I definitely excited about Ortho. Definitely enjoying that process of learning how to make, and well, not really make scenery, but improve the existing scenery, the sceneries that are there in Ortho, and they're just kind of auto-genned, and it's been a lot of fun going in there and fixing those up. We are looking again for the Los Padres Dam, and I would assume that would mean we would have some sort of a river here, and you would figure a river would be going through a valley, right? How's my logic here? Well, South, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I've been keeping an eye on my stream, and it looks like it's hanging in there okay. But I don't have. I may be dropping some frames. That sometimes does happen on my end. We're going to test the maneuverability here because we're trying to kind of hold this 285 course in the hopes that at least gets us close to the dam. That's our waypoint here. Yeah, you fly that Super Cub well, man. So that is definitely a plane that is well suited for the type of flying that we like to do. Oh yeah. Well, Al South, I need to tell you that Downwind Sim is trying to make me spend some more money now. I just don't know. The people I hang out with, they're bad influences on me. I need the expert opinion here. I mean, which way do we go on the 152? Do you do the Caronado with the mod, with the 152 mod, or do we do the Just Flight that's on sale? Or C, do we just be content with the gifts we've been given and not continually want to covet more and more and more? But 'tis the season for coveting. Go for the sale option. Yeah, so I'll tell you, I go back and forth, Al, because the Just Flight Turbo Aero that I have is an incredible plane. The more I fly it, the more I really like it. And this 152 it's made by Just Flight. It was actually released after the Turbo Aero, so I mean it's only a year old, and it's got everything that Just Flight knows how to do. And from what I've researched, it's the most accurate flight model, and it just looks, really incredible. The modeling is fantastic. The Caronado is obviously a much older plane, but it's this new mod, or this mod is new, and it does a little bit more. It gives you a bush option. It gives you a GNS 350 or 550 or something, so it gives you a little bit more advanced, avionics if you want. We don't tend to use that stuff very much, but right now, so essentially, to make a long story not real long, a little shorter than I normally do, they both are roughly the same price right now because Just Flight has a sale going, and so I could go pick up the Caronado and I could install the mod, and it's going to be about $25, or I could go out and get the Just Flight and spend about $29. So that's kind of what I've been hemming and hawing. I don't know. It looks like I found the ocean, maybe. I never did find the dam I was looking for. I have no idea where that is, but had to get up and over the top of this anyway. So from the dam, by the way, I was intending to turn a little bit further to the north, 313. So I think what we're going to end up doing, kind of our fallback option, was just fly to the ocean and then hang a right. Should take us up basically where we need to go. Let me pull this over here and show you. We got the delay thing going again. Sorry. So I never did find this little dam. That was a visual waypoint there. I think I maybe ended up down here a little bit further. But we're just going to pick up the coast, and yeah, there's a little NOTAM here I probably should be aware of. Supplement, yeah. Let's see, this is a class what? Is this a Charlie? I don't have any air traffic control on right now, so I think I'll just stay Unicom and just follow the coastline here. I don't know, did I ever connect? I never did even connect to alright, so I'm not even on VATSIM, so I'm not talking to anybody. This was, did I mention this was kind of a just thrown together flight to test the new headphones? Yeah, well, alright, at least I've tried to be somewhat by the book. It looks like we're just going to go ahead and fly it out. So, Al South, I received a little gift from my son. He gifted me a Thrustmaster kit. Oh, mama. Hello, Santa. Comes with joysticks, pedals, a separate thrust lever, and 30 different button combos. Yes, indeed, my friend. Yes, indeed. Aha. That's way cool, Al South. That's what you need for that Super Cub. I've actually passed on a couple of airplanes just because I have a yoke instead of a joystick like that. It just feels like it's just kind of weird if you're flying a Super Cub with a regular flight yoke. Okay, well, we are gonna, like I say, just stay along the coast. Sectionals are saying we shouldn't be too far away. Black screen of frustration. And once the, let's see, yeah, Monterey is kind of, it's got like a little peninsula with a golf course, and it's, I mean, it's right, that's Pebble Beach, if I'm reading this right. That's kind of the famous Pebble Beach golf course. Yeah, the pedals take a little while, but you will never ever want to fly any other way. It's just, especially when you're fighting crosswinds and yeah, I mean, I know you can twist the joystick and that gets the job done, but the pedals really do make a huge difference as far as the realism factor. Stepping on the ball, right? Okay, so yeah, about 1,000. I don't want to go too much lower here, but I'm guessing pattern altitude's probably going to be right around 1,000. Uh-oh. May have to go lower here. Looks like some of that marine layer is coming into to play here. So I'm looking for just a little bit of a cove there. And again, I should see on my 12 o'clock, I should have a golf course, Pebble Beach golf course. Once I see that, I know that I'm pretty close. I need to start to turn back inland at that point in time. You know what I probably should do? I wonder if, so, I wonder, Windy, I want to, oops, 22, what's my, I don't think I can do 2200. Let's see if I can get maybe some weather here.
Kilo Mike Romeo Yankee Airport information November 2153 Zulu weather wind 228 at 6 visibility 10 sky clear temperature 16 dew point 6 altimeter 29997 advise on initial contact. You have information November.
All right, 29907, and it does appear that I need to be
Kilo
landing to the west. So let's make that adjustment. Al South says a bit, or downwind says a bit more north, 28 right. At Crummy. All right, so sounds good. Monterey, yeah, MRY. MR not. MR so. MR2. Yeah, I'd say the ortho did a pretty good job. Looks like everything is kind of showing up the way it should. These hills are maybe a little bit blurry, but then again, that may be what they look like. Pretty dry and sandy. I don't know. I've never been here in real life. All right, this looks like a pretty good sized little cove here. I think this, with any luck, will be our golf course, and then that would tuck our airfield just over the other side of this hill. So let's see if we're got to be getting close. I'm going to pull the power back a little bit. This isn't looking much like a golf course here, guys. What the heck? Maybe I need to go down a little further yet. It's possible. Yeah, we'll just look just to make sure. If I see an airport over there, I'll know. That's definitely not a golf course. Alright, maybe we just need to go a little bit further. There's a little bit of this on the sectional, a little bit of a, right by Carmel, a little bit of a cove. This might be it. We'll keep our eyes peeled just in case we see an airport over there. But I should have had a golf course, so that's telling me I need to keep going a little bit further. See if we have a golf course up here. 28 right, downwind sim is telling me. So let's see. Let's set the course for about 280. I have no idea. It was just a rough idea. What am I tuning in here? A VOR maybe nearby. I don't know. I have the... What VOR do I have nearby? I don't even know. Yeah. Anyway, well, let's see. Do we have a golf course? That's question number one. I would say we do have a golf course right there, tucked into the trees. I honestly don't know if that's Pebble Beach or not, but I think this is where Pebble Beach Golf Course is. So if that's, yep, there's definitely a golf course. That would mean that our airport is back this away and like a hard right here. Let's see, almost, it's almost like the VOR is coming from Monterey, but there isn't a VOR at Monterey, I don't believe. I don't see one on my sectional anyway. We'll just fly kind of downwind here and just see if we pick up the airfield. It's got to be in here somewhere. Just kind of do a little bit of a search pattern here. Oops. Maybe a little more this way. Al South, I know the answer, I think, to both of those because I asked him the same thing a while ago. I think he told me that his United States is the better part of, or maybe a little bit more than, 4 terabytes. And I would guess, because this is what he taught me, that his zoom level for the vast majority of that is at a 16. Oh, yay, I was right. Pretty close anyway. The real question, Al South, is where the heck is Monterey Airport? Because I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing another mountain range here. Alright, let's break down here. We got to be close. I'm actually, okay, 114.0. I could on my left. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, right over there. Okay, I see it. On the other side of this ridge probably, huh? Well, I guess it could be. So what I'll do, if I don't see it here, which it doesn't look like I'm going to, I'll hop over the top of this ridge line. I was going to say I could tune in the Big Sur 114.0 and shoot it out there at about a 325 if I had to. But we'll just pop around, mashed into the hillside. Oh no, that wouldn't be good. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything here that resembles an airfield. This is a pretty big one, right? Isn't Monterey like at least a regional airport? It's a 2 runway deal. All right, well, let's just enter a bit of a base leg here, and maybe we'll see something off of our 9 o'clock. Class Charlie, yeah, that's looks fairly substantial on the sectional. All right, can't miss it. How many times have we said that? This, however, would be a little more embarrassing than missing like one of those bush fields that we created. All right, I think maybe. Is that it? Maybe, no. we're on the base leg here. That kind of does look like it could be. That is sort of smushed into the ground. Yeah, that's a runway, guys. All right. Well, yeah, there's some scenery work that needs to be done here, no doubt about it. So you were saying 28 right? That's the shorter of the two runways. Oh, you want me to challenge myself? All right, so we're gonna do a little. Whoa, hey, it's not crash. We're gonna do a right hand 360, and we're gonna stick this sucker. One notch of flaps coming in. Get our power set. All right, here we go. I'm not going to worry about a CTAF call since I embarrassingly have not been connected to VATSIM for any part of this flight. Cleared for 28 left if we need it. I don't know. 28 left looked like it had quite the ski jump on it. 28 right's littler, but it looks almost a little bit like smoother, flatter. I don't know. As I look at the sectional, 28 right's definitely the shorter of the two. Yep, I mistimed my rollout as always. Second notch of flaps coming in. Jeez, yeah, I don't know. Maybe 28 right isn't as smooth as I thought it was. It's got some lumps and bumps in it. We're gonna go for it. What the heck? You only sim once. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. This could use a little work though. I might have to come back in here with some Java OpenStreetMap and take the virtual road grader. Need the virtual chainsaw here too. Who plants big trees at the end of a runway? Oh, I do have a hill to contend with down there at the end. Well, this plane likes to slide. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here, but I must just not quite be hitting it as square as I think. I don't know. I'll have to watch the replay there and just see, because it sure felt like I did a little better job on that one. Now I'm going downhill and picking up speed. I'll just taxi on down to the end. That did feel a little bit better. Tell you what, I'm still getting shoved around a little bit by this wind. Alright, I'm not going to worry about taxiing over there. I'm just going to, actually I think I'll just call it right good right here. Let's we're not connected to anything, so let's replay mode. Whew, all of a sudden it got quiet. He stood and the room went silence. Oh my goodness. Pitching down like a big donkey. Have my camera view set up here? No, I do not. Yeah, that was alright. Did I get sideways? Yep, my back end just sliding around a little bit. Tokyo Drift style. Not sure what's happening there, but alright, that's loud. As my grandson would say, that's loud. Okay, well, that should serve as enough of a test, I think, to figure out moving forward what I need to do as far as sound. I might take you up on that offer, Downwind Sim, as soon as I finish out the stream. So coming up on the stream, well, it's a lot of I don't know because yeah, like I said, family coming in, probably be here within the hour, and it's going to be just a lot of running around and hanging out with them and doing stuff with them. But there's a good shot that I'll be able to get down a little bit, do some flying, and if I'm flying, it'll be makes sense to do some streaming as well. So I will I guess you're just going to have to keep tuned to the Discord and to the Twitch, however it is that they notify you of things. My normal Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday is again probably out the window for a little while, but but I'll try to get down as often as possible. And if nothing else, I look forward to watching you guys as you're streaming, and I do enjoy that's kind of a fun way to wind down the end of the day. So until next time, you guys, again, thanks for stopping by the way. Al South Downwind as always, and it was nice to make a new friend today as well on the stream. And where did he go? Did I lose? Yeah, we made 2 Bravo Mike stopping by. Thank you very much, sir. I'm gonna go check out your stuff, and it's good to make a new friend as well, another guy that appreciates GA flight, and so good to have you aboard, man. But until next time, I hope you guys, if I don't talk to you, have a Merry Christmas, by the way, and God's blessings to you and your family. And you've been a blessing to me. Your friendship has been amazing, and I really, really appreciate that. And but if I don't see you between then and now, I hope you just have a blessed Christmas and an awesome, restful week. And but everybody else, I'll be looking for you on the TCAS. Until then, take care. God bless.